So we got some Halloween Ends trailer news, but not. I don't want to say good news.
Yeah. Oh, by the
Okay.
way, I was wrong last week. I thought for sure that Jason Blum tweet was.
Yeah.
I thought for sure.
I think what, and we touched on it. I think it was one of two things. Like I said, it was either that was our tease that we were going to get that teaser, or it was shut the fuck up, go watch our new movie, we'll talk later. And
turns out it was shut the fuck up, go watch my new movie. Yeah,
right.
Which I have not seen yet. I do kind of want
to
see it.
But here's the thing: I haven't seen either. I've heard mixed reviews so far.
Okay.
But then again, we judge based on how we feel about
exactly. It's subjective.
Right. The biggest thing is I don't understand if people realize this, but like Blumhouse puts out a new movie more than people change their fucking underwear.
They put out a lot, yeah.
If it's not direct to streaming, it's going to the theater.
Some of it's not so good.
No, Blumhouse.
A lot of it is
having the greatest movies of all time. I have enjoyed it,
but they do have some good stuff though. They have a
lot. No, they do. So this news comes from, and mind you, I'm just reading this. This is not my words. This week I heard that Cine Europe, if I'm saying that right, debuted a Halloween Ends teaser. Fans were hoping for a trailer of some sort would be attached to the black phone, but that didn't happen. Obviously, we know that now.
Right.
We're going to talk about that too, because we're going to touch on that. Now the rumor is that we have to wait until around July 22nd to see a trailer when Jordan Peele's Nope is released. Who knows? I'm just reading what's here. Yeah. Less than 4 months until Halloween ends. There's no poster, no teaser. Blumhouse is playing it super cool, and it looks like they listened to feedback about the excessive footage shown in Halloween Kills trailers.
And that's fine with me. Honestly, that's fine with me.
I just posted it on our Facebook page today, right before we ended up doing this. And I'm sure you'll see it, but it was a picture of this guy sitting there all sad and lonely and like different pictures. And it says me waiting for the Halloween Ends trailer. And I was like, I would have felt like that too myself. But this time around, I'm so okay with the fact that we're not getting everything spoiled for us.
Yeah. We're getting the movie. We know we're getting the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's the last trailer was a spoil fest. I mean, the very first trailer they released was just packed full of spoilers, showing you deaths. You saw that Marianne Chambers died. You saw that.
Yeah.
You saw a lot of the kill, like most of the kills. I mean.
Yeah.
So, hopefully they can avoid that this time.
I would hope so. Now, whether or not it's going to come out with Nope, we can do this until we're blue in the face.
Yeah. I even saw a rumor that this Friday, supposedly, it might come out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and of course, if it does, you can bet your ass we'll be back here.
Oh, yeah.
With an emergency video.
The thing, man. There's going to be at least 27 new Blumhouse movies to hit the theaters before Halloween Ends comes out. So it's going to come with one of those. Just saying.
Yeah.
We did get a small Michael Myers tease in the new Blumhouse opening.
That was cool, yeah.
Yes. I will post those pictures. Thankfully, there are pictures because honestly, when I first watched it, I missed him. Because
it's fast. It's very fast.
Very, very fast. So I will post those pictures so you guys can see it if you haven't seen it yet. And we do get a glimpse. So the new Blumhouse open starts in the woods. And if you pay really close attention, there's Michael standing by a tree, and then it flashes through to something.
It kind of goes back. Yeah. It goes through like all their movies, like all their big name movies.
You get The Purge and stuff like that. Now, some people have said, and I found the picture, but damn it, I couldn't find it again, that they may have spotted, and I don't know if this was just wishful thinking or if they really saw it, because I kind of did, but didn't. A Freddy hat and glove in part of that opening too. I don't know if that was a tease or what have you.
Sent you that thing that you could say that it looked like Jason's mask, and we know that
with red glowing eyes.
The red glowing eyes, and you know that they're trying to get the rights of those franchises. Most likely, that's not what we were looking at.
No, but maybe
but
he did throw a small tease. Maybe they do have the. Who knows, dude?
They
get Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Oh God! It's like I told you. Then you have Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th. The three,
the Exorcist too. I mean, they
The Exorcist,
some big,
all in the same universe. Maybe the same demon that possessed Reagan is why Michael went ape shit and started.
The Zuzu running crazy, man.
The bottom line is you're talking about the three heaviest hitters in horror, all under one tent. Would be interesting. Again, it's speculation, guys. I know there are some people out there that don't like us speculating, but
yeah, God forbid we say anything we're not supposed to.
Yeah,
my bad.
But
now I did take away one cool thing, maybe two, from one of these groups that I wanted to talk about with you too. I thought this was a cool question for us to kind of answer maybe, and that some of our followers can kind of comment on too, because I think this is fun. What questions do you have about Michael that you hope will be answered or revealed in Halloween Ends?
Oh yeah.
A couple of responses that I got out of it, the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Why was Michael looking out Judith's window? I think that's a big thing we all want to know.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
What happened to Michael's parents the night he killed Judith? Where did they go?
That's another one.
I don't think they're going to tell us that this late in the game, but
right.
It's a good question though.
It's something you wonder about because it's never really touched on.
Rob Zombie, of course,
right,
but they never do,
right?
Except for I think they just basically said they died, they passed away or something,
right?
But where did they?
But
go
did they move? Did they try to get away from everything?
Right.
Did they go visit Michael? And were they involved? Were they around when he escaped? You know, did they know? You know.
Do you remember that scene though? Obviously, when he walks out and then the parents pull up and she just takes the mask off his face, and the dad just says, Michael? And they just stand there. Like literally, there's no screaming. The mom just got her hands in her pockets, like, oh, it's cool. He does this shit all the time. It's cool. Like, you know, whatever. We're used to it by now, you know? It's like they were so chill. I don't know if they were high as fuck. It was the 70s, who knows? I don't know.
What's the 70s? I guess that's a like a type of shot from like classical filmmaking where it's not like a picture, but they'll freeze the actors in time, and they kind of did it in Kills with Loomis standing there, where they just kind of stopped and stood, and the camera went out, and Michael was standing there, and Loomis was behind him. It was kind of the same thing, like everybody just stopped.
Do you remember I know that's why they did it too, because they were kind of doing it like in that cool way that you're explaining, but remember when the one cop was like, and he had like that distorted, like, it's Michael Myers.
That's him. That's Michael Myers.
Like, why did it sound like that? It was just I love that scene. Don't get me wrong, but So I like that question, but some of the other responses were none. The less we know, the better.
A lot of people take that, and I'm fine. My thing is I either want to know nothing or I want to know everything. Don't try to tell me stuff, but also be vague. You're either keep it to what it was supposed to be, which is we don't know anything and we never will, or spill it and tell me it's the last movie anyways.
Yeah.
You know,
this comment kind of goes along that. To be honest, I hope they don't give us too many answers. I think he works best as a mystery. I never liked the Thorn cult stuff in H5 and H6, for example. I guess the only answer I want is what can kill him at this point. Okay, that's fair. You know, I would like to see what some of our followers are like.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
What is it?
Because I don't know how many quote unquote Halloween purists we have that watch this channel versus people who are more like us that like the pure form of it, but also are open to
so just in case
takes on it.
You didn't get it, I'll read it for you one more time, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. What questions do you have about Michael that you hope will be answered or revealed in Halloween Ends? Leave us some comments on that, because I would like to see what some of you think. And I got one more, which I thought was kind of a fun question, which we can answer, and of course you guys can too. Now that Michael is in his house, what would happen if no one bothered him or the house?
That's a good question too.
It kind of is.
I thought about that actually. Yeah, maybe just leave him there.
Yeah, I mean, dude, look, board that motherfucker up and don't go back in. Just let it go.
Evil stays home tonight.
Right. He's gonna watch you from the window, board up his fucking house, but maybe he won't leave. Like, I don't know. Some asshole would stumble across there and go in.
Let's go in. Yeah.
Right. And then
let him out. Yeah.
You let him out.
I didn't let him out.
This is how you know we're Halloween fans because we can quote the fucking movie. There was no hesitation there. He went right into the lines. He knew what I was talking about. This is why we're friends. This is why we get
Yep.
along. This is why
Yep.
we do this.
We do this
Yes,
all the time,
absolutely.
man. Everybody
Yes.
around us
Oh,
is probably incredibly annoyed, but we don't care.
right, but we don't give a shit. Yeah, we don't care. Now it is my absolute favorite time.
Comment time.
Yes, sir. It is. Yeah, do you watch AEW at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
The new wrestling. Have you seen Mark Henry on Rampage by chance?
I know he's doing commentary or something, right?
So they originally brought him in. He did start doing commentary, and then he
Yeah.
kind of like fell off. And so now he does this little segment at the very end of Rampage, which is their Friday show. And he does this whole thing where like they put him in this little box, so like he's in this little screen within like the other two people or tag
Right.
team or what have you that are wrestling that night in the main event. So the guys go back and forth. They cut their promos and stuff, and then Mark Henry says, "That's time for enough talk. It's time for the main event." And he's so happy, right? I feel like we need that for comment time on these
Yeah.
videos, you know?
Maybe you know what? Let's create a comment intro. We'll
yeah,
come
that
up
would
with
be kinda
something.
sweet.
We'll work on it,
Yeah.
and then we'll do it. Like comment, and then like
Hell yeah.
let's do it.
Because it is actually one of my favorite parts of
I love
the
it.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's
I love
it's really taken on a life of its own.
Yeah.
It's
It's cool
a
to
cool
hear
thing to-
everybody else's stories and like
Yeah.
their theories on stuff, or just the
Yeah.
fact that some people enjoy what we do, which makes us feel good about doing it.
It does.
Uh,
Yeah,
Because really, we're just two dudes and talking about stuff we love.
that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
And
you know?
and actually, I'll start with that. Keith, our good friend Keith, who has been here since day one with us.
Yes, he has.
Says, "Great job, missed you guys. Great channel. We missed you guys too. That's the truth. And we're happy to be back."
Absolutely.
Joel Phelan, who has commented before as well, he says, "You're back. I really enjoy the comment readout section of your videos." Again, it's a popular thing. I noticed the comments I've left about Scream make me seem a bit petty in regards to the Scream cast. However, when I say obscurity, I mean obscurity. So this is when he said Nev Campbell would
Right.
return to obscurity by not being in Scream. I couldn't name a thing Nev Campbell has done between Screams 4 and 5, and I'm pretty familiar with pop culture stuff. Horror conventions don't count. I will say she was in House of Cards. She's been in a lot of TV shows. She's in the new Lincoln Lawyer show. I would say I do think Scream is her biggest, most well-known role.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen her in a ton of movies, to be honest.
No, I don't think I really have either.
If there's one thing I've learned from this endless chatter about Nev's Scream saga, is that I can now understand the people who wrongly said Jamie Lee Curtis overstayed her welcome in the Halloween franchise and should be killed off for good. If those people are only half as tired of Laurie Strode as I am with Sydney, Gail, and Dewey, I get it. However, Nev, Courtney, and David don't even have half the star power of Jamie Lee Curtis combined. I have no doubt Scream 6 will be just fine without Sydney. The Scream character that should still be around is Randy. I loved Randy. I agree.
Yeah.
I wish they would have not killed him off.
I agree.
As for me, if Halloween puts out a sequel with Michael chasing Laurie around a senior living facility, I will have my butt in a theater. Great show. And you've responded to that. We'd all be there. We'd all be there
next to him. Yeah. You know what? The only thing I can say on that, and again, it's you're entitled to your own opinion.
Yeah.
Man. Like everyone.
I don't think he's being petty.
No. The only thing I'm going to say is, I think Halloween needs Laurie Strode, whereas Scream doesn't need Sidney Prescott.
Right. I think she means more. Now, that doesn't mean I don't think that the Halloween franchise can't move on without
Oh yeah, it
her
can.
in it. But it's not gonna. I will say one thing. It's not gonna have the having her in it is gonna get you more media attention. It's gonna get because it does have a lot more star power. There's no question about it.
All right, let me kind of redirect that. They needed Laurie Strode for these series.
Yes, they did because interest was at an all-time was at a maybe not an all-time low, but I mean it was low.
She hated the fact of having to do Resurrection.
Yeah.
So she went off on a very sour note in her mind.
Yeah.
And then when this came to fruition, whatever you want to call it, and they wanted to include her again, she jumped on it, but she
Yeah.
didn't have to.
Yeah.
So I feel like this series of movies needed her.
Yeah.
Whether or not she's going to continue after this, because let's be honest, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but
It's
she needed
unlikely.
to be in this one.
Yeah. I agree. They needed to close this out. In terms of this future Scream movies without Sidney Prescott, we've already talked about it. I agree. I think that they can be just fine without her.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would be nice to have her get some closure in terms of that, not just disappear. But that's all. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but Castellar Garcia wrote a list of like 17 different underappreciated horror characters, many of which, some of which I've never even heard of. So that's interesting. Really going back to some movies that are not really super, super popular or famous, I guess you would say. And then left us a few horror tales, a link. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
ATG and AT Podcast says, great job, guys. We appreciate that. And as of 6 days ago, the October says 113 days until Halloween ends. And of course, we are counting down for that. That was on the one video we posted. So moving on to
Oh yeah, we got some good
the
ones
next
on
video where we talked about. Now there are 31 comments on this one, so unfortunately I won't be able to get all of them. But the October popped up again. This time it said 2,679 hours till Halloween ends. Obviously that's shortened a little bit since then. Keep providing.
I'm liking the countdowns. Yeah,
I like it. I like it. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Craig Renner says, one of the great things I learned in radio broadcasting is this: you never know who's listening. Just because you think somebody of great importance would never listen to your show, you never know who's out there listening. I think that was because somebody said that they were David Gordon Green.
Okay, so you know what, my dumb ass. So we totally read that wrong. So what he was saying essentially was telling David Gordon Green to get a hold of him because he's got these ideas.
Oh.
And we totally were like, well, shit, David Gordon Green's talking to us. I mean, cool, right?
Yeah, either way, okay, well, that makes sense. Poor guy.
Made for a funny, but it made for a funny segment. So it's
you gotta laugh out of it.
Right.
Great show, fellas, as always. Michael getting gunned down like in Halloween 4 in the first 20 minutes of the movie would work, he says. Have him fooled everyone that he is finally dead. Okay, I see where you're going with this. They then take him to the morgue, and then he comes. So basically, the long story short, he comes back.
So I think that is something that we have to pretty much throw out there real quick, because I think that goes along the lines of this rumor going around that Michael's only going to be in the movie for 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I didn't care to open any kind of story or any kind of YouTube video on it because I don't want to hear it. And I don't want to see it. So there are spoilers out there. I know that you even told me you
I've been avoiding them. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to know, man. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I'm going to say it again. I don't want to know. I don't want to ruin for me. I want to go into this movie and enjoy it. And I don't want everything to just be like, hey,
I'm with you.
Just be Michael for 15 minutes. So don't waste your fucking time. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? I would hope that she talked about pissing us off. If Michael's only in that movie for 15 minutes,
that would do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Me either.
And I think it's already actually been debunked anyway, so we could hopefully move on from that.
Yes. No more spoilers, please. Thank you.
Keith says Rusty Nail is great. Speaking of spoilers, he did send us that video. Rusty Nail did. Rusty Nail is great. I talked to him. He knows what's up. No, listen, he's posted a lot of maybe he posts on the channel under a different name. I don't know, but he Facebook messaged us a bunch of stuff, and all of it was worthwhile reading and interesting. It's just long.
Yeah.
And maybe we could dive into it at a later time.
Yeah. My apologies. I write everything down. I'm super old school.
Yeah.
So my apologies on the fact that I don't want to break my hand right now.
Because I mean, it's a lot of stuff, but it is well thought out. Another thing about Rusty Nail is I love Joyride.
Me too.
And I have an interesting quick story. So there's a song at the beginning of that movie, and it was written and performed by a band that's actually from Youngstown, a rock and roll band from
I
Youngstown.
didn't know that. I'd be damned.
The band was called Cinomatic.
Okay.
And a number of years ago, my wife and I went to a Flogging Molly concert in Pittsburgh, and somebody that she worked with at the time was going to be there with her boyfriend. So we met up with them at their bar, and turns out her boyfriend was, I believe, one of the guitar players from that band, Cinematic.
Oh, nice.
And cool. So it was a very nice, very cool, just an interesting tie-in to Joyride. And we talked about the movie Joyride because he said, and that's how he goes, oh yeah, I'm in a band. He goes, you know, one of our songs actually was in the movie Joyride, and I instantly knew who he was talking about. So anyway, that was just interesting. So here's where we start getting hammered a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Let me just put a disclaimer real quick. We have told you before, if you don't like something that we say, if you don't like an opinion that we give, if you just want to tell us to go fuck ourselves, we will gladly take your comments. We will listen. We will read them, but be prepared for us to come back at you and let you have it a little bit too.
That's right.
Here it comes. Just saying.
This one's not too bad. Brian Thompson says, well, it looks like there's still no trailer. True. Fair enough. No trailer. You were right.
That's why we only speculated and read what we thought was going to happen, and that's it.
Yeah. No trailer. Solid Saturn says no trailer today, unfortunately, and the rumors about Michael getting killed in the first 15 minutes is BS. Okay.
Good.
The multiverse director says, yo, oh my fucking God, thank you, John Allen, for the news on the Halloween Ends trailer. I'm sorry, dude, we were wrong. But you're welcome nonetheless.
Yeah. Hey.
Unfortunately, no preview on Black Phone, saw it today. Okay. Okay. Keith pointed out that it was not Nick Castle shot off the balcony. It was obviously the stunt man.
I love Keith's enthusiasm, and
me too.
I like that
he's a smart fan.
He's very knowledgeable about his Halloween stuff. And it was cool because then I responded back to him and told him, I said, oh yeah, dude, I know that was Jim Winburn. Yeah. And apparently, real quick, since we're discussing those pictures, that was just something that apparently was done after
for fun.
Yeah, after Yelled cut. There is no secret video or anything else. It was still cool to see though. It was still cool to see.
One other thing Keith did point out, he said Halloween Ends is going to be so odd, experimental film. Why do this at the last movie in the trilogy? No clue. The trilogy has been Michael Myers running around a political storm of a trilogy. I hope it's not experimental, but there are some things floating around that would make you worry a little bit about that. There was a little bit of I haven't found this. And maybe it's over my head. I haven't found it to be too overtly political. Obviously, there have been those subtle tones, especially in kills. To me, it's not been as bad as some other things that are out there. But again, it could totally be flying over my head. I really try to tune that stuff out.
I'm over here laughing because Sophie's passed out and she's snoring.
I see her back there.
She is snoring so loud right now.
Chris Duarte says, saw Black Phone last night. There was no Halloween Ends trailer, so let's stop talking about the trailer, okay, until the trailer arrives. What do you let me respond like this. If we are not going to speculate on things like trailers and things like that, what is the point in having a horror movie news YouTube channel? What will we talk about? We could just do reviews all day, but I find that might get boring after a while.
Yeah.
We will keep talking about the trailer. We have on this episode.
I mean, listen, I'm a nice dude. I can be an asshole sometimes, let's be honest. Everybody can. I try to keep it super cool when we're doing this because this is not what it's about, to be a dick to people. However, don't tell us what we can and can't cover. We're going to talk about trailers. We're going to talk about movies. We're going to talk about speculations that could be 100% wrong, like the trailer debuting for Black Phone. Hey, man, we're just talking about what we thought we knew. And that was it. So, I mean, don't be a dick, dude. Yeah. You can have your own opinion. That's fine.
And as far as we're concerned, this is totally freedom of speech here. You can say whatever you want. I can't control what YouTube does. If YouTube deletes something because you break one of their policies, that's on them. But I can promise you, we're not going to be up here.
No, we don't.
Unless you post a spoiler.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, if you post a spoiler, it's gone, because I'm not going to do that to the rest of the people that follow this. If you want spoilers, you go find them yourself. Don't.
Right.
We're not gonna do that, because it's not fair to people who don't want them.
No.
I don't want to railroad somebody with a spoiler. But other than that, if you want to tell us to eat shit, the comment space is there for you to do it. We might respond. Man. We will respond, because that's part of it. And that's what we do.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna. You can comment whatever you want. Like Alan just said. I'm not gonna keyboard warrior you. I'm not gonna fake fight you over YouTube or any type of social media. But I am gonna let you know how I feel about it. That's it. Justin and Jess has already said, "Don't be a dick." That's it. That's basically it.
Chris also said Chris is very negative this week.
I guess
reshoots because they knew the movie sucked. Because we talked about the reshoots. Now we did cover that.
Yes, we did.
Now we have, this must be like negative Nancy corner of the comment section, because Flory Festrino, I don't recognize that name, says the whole trilogy sucks. I never liked David Gordon Green's direction for the franchise. Hey, it's subjective. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah.
Eric Sim is a little more level-headed here. Says 2018 was dope. Kills was good. Acting was cheesy. Ends might be trash. Well, we don't know what Ends is going to be until we see it.
Yeah, we don't. Apparently, though, Chris has jumped in. What you said I did last week is jumped in the DeLorean. He's went now to the future, and he's seen Halloween Ends, so he knows that it's going to be garbage. And he's letting us know that it's going to be garbage.
Listen, it could potentially be garbage. I just want to say, though, that and we did cover this, and I want to recover it. The reshoots that they did for Halloween Kills is a very common thing with all movies. It's not all, so they haven't tested this, to what my knowledge, they haven't tested this movie to an audience yet.
Not yet, no.
Now they might test the movie to an audience and then turn around and go and do a whole bunch. So if they test the movie to an audience and you're hearing that they're changing a whole bunch of stuff and they're bringing people back on set and they're redoing
stuff, should be worried.
Then you should be worried.
Yeah.
This is, to me, just quick reshoots, housekeeping stuff. They needed a few more shots of this. They didn't like the way this looked, so they went and redid it. A million different reasons. You know, maybe the executives sat down and saw something they didn't like, or
exactly.
You know,
and we talked about that before too. It could be as simple as we have an hour and 45 minutes to fill per se. I don't know the runtime. And oh shit, let's go back and get a shot of the house real quick. You said let's go back and get a shot of that road real quick.
Right.
Just to fill in that time, man. Now, like you said, because if they did do reshoots and they are done doing the reshoots, then you would think a test screening would probably come in very soon.
I would think so, yeah. If they're done with it,
they're gonna have to jump back and get those reshoots quick. You know, if there are issues.
I mean, we'll see. I would imagine we will probably see a test screening soon. You know, now they're probably, I don't know how much longer they have on post-production, if they're done or close to being done, but
I don't know, man. But I will say, speaking of post-production stuff, I did see that Rob Zombie is going on tour on July 20th. So the Munsters must be wrapping up finally too then.
I would think so, yeah. That's gotta
just
be
talking post-production. So maybe hopefully he's not the one doing the editing, because if that's the case, it might not come out in the fall, because his tour runs from all summer basically.
You know, I'm sure he's consulted, but I doubt he's doing actual editing. But who knows?
I mean, if that thing's 3 hours, though, holy shit, man, that's some editing coming right there, man.
All right, guys, that is that. In terms of comments, that was. I mean, I apologize to those of you that I didn't get to. I always feel bad. One of the cool things is that we're getting a lot of comments now. The drawback to that is we can't read every single commenter. We'll be here till midnight. This is already a long video, so I don't want to stretch it out too much longer. But we definitely appreciate all the comments. We love reading them, even the bad ones. Listen, Chris, we're not picking on you, buddy.
Nah, dude.
We love you the same. Keep commenting, keep posting, keep watching the shows. You know, like I said, it's a freedom of speech thing here. So, like I said, unless YouTube takes issue with something you put in, and that we don't have control over. So
we are two of the most thick-skinned dudes in the world, and I'll tell you why. We're in the pro wrestling business. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I've been called everything but who I am.
Yep.
So numerous times for the past almost 26 years, and you know what? This thing is thick as shit, dude. You
That's
can
it.
call me
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's all good, man.
Not gonna hurt our
motivated-
feelings. So
No, I've heard it all. Heard it all, man.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you do the social media plugging real quick.
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta do the plug. So, here's the part of the video where I get to tell you where you can follow us and find all our cool fun stuff. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Apple Podcasts. I think I said that right, right?
Yes.
Spotify. We're working on iHeartRadio still. We're getting there, damn it. And the major one, we want you to go to YouTube, which we're watching it on right now. We
Mhm.
want you to hit that subscribe button, share,
Like.
and everything else.
Like and subscribe.
And yeah, man, enjoy the
Leave a
videos.
comment. Leave a comment
Yes,
too.
do that. Even if it's mean, leave it. We don't care.
Yeah.
Uh,
I like the
said-
mean ones, not gonna lie.
yeah.
I
No,
get
you know what?
yeah, like
They're
the mean
funny
ones.
because
Yeah.
as soon as we saw that, we both messaged each other thinking like, this dude told us don't talk about that. Like, what the hell, dude? You know, we were like, oh, we're not going out like that. Like, come on, man. But no, and this is what we did. We laughed about it. We're not mad. We're not gonna.
No,
We don't
it's all cool, man. It's all
Remember, thick skin. It's very thick.
yeah. If you tell us to get fucked, we'll probably laugh.
It's okay. It's okay.
I got nothing else, man.
I'm tapped out for this week.
This
man.
was a long one, but it was fun.
Yeah. You know what?
We
If
did
anything, I can
we did
always-
one long one instead of split it up into two.
Yeah.
This
We
week.
decided
That's
why
all.
not.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's easier to do that.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway, guys, leave your comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we miss anything. And those questions that you asked, I hope we get some hits on that.
Yeah. Please answer those. Let us know what
yeah.
you think about those.
Yeah.
I thought those were pretty cool to share with you guys. So
And of course, the discussion continues over on Reddit. For those of you that want to jump over there, we have
that's what I forgot. Damn it.
Yeah. we have somebody has subscribed to us now. Whether it's one of our followers or just some random passerby, we have a member in our subreddit. It's subreddit Horror Guys. So
Yes.
check us out. We're in there. If you post something, we could talk. If you have news that you want us to cover, post it in there. I mean, you could message us if you wanted to. But yeah, for sure. That's certainly a way to interact with us when we're not here. So
Absolutely.
all right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Now I got to
Tap
figure
out,
out.
man.
I have to figure out how to stop this recording because
Oh.
it was kind of stop
So
recording. I found it.
So-
The
so
weird,
if
the
he
red,
hits that before, let me say bye now, just in case.
or maybe this video will just continue on forever. You could stare at our backgrounds. I
There you
found
go.
the button. I found the button. We'll see you guys.
Later, man.
Fans, check out and follow the Horror Guys. You can find them on Facebook, facebook.com/The Horror Guys. On Twitter, Horror Guys 21, that's HORRORGUYS 21. On YouTube, The Horror Guys. And also on Spotify, search for The Horror Guys.